square, baby.
Welcome to Kyiv. Hey guys, my name is Mariana and today I met my friend in Kyiv, Andrew. He's from Australia and today we're gonna talk about being foreign in Ukraine, come to Ukraine for the first time, and he's gonna give you some tips about it.
Yeah, my experience is a little bit different for most because I'm going to be living here from now on because I fell in love with the country, and it all started with when I met Mariana for the first time in Odesa. So yeah, let's see if I can help.
And how he become in love with Ukraine. So, first question, what was your first impression about Ukraine, about Odesa?
All right.
Because first city was Odesa for Andrew.
Yeah, so when I first arrived and was driving from the airport into the city center, the first thing I noticed was all the old Soviet buildings and how everything was sort of falling apart and how ugly it was. But then I actually arrived in the city center of Odesa, and it is beautiful, and it's a really big contrast to what I was seeing on the drive in from the airport. So then I guess my first impression still includes when I first met you, and which was my second day, and I'm so glad that I did because Mariana was to show me all the great bars, all the really nice restaurants, and all the positive things that I needed to know about Odesa. So my first impression after we had our few hours together was very important to me.
Okay, next question. Have you been scammed in Ukraine or have to protect yourself of being scammed?
Okay, so Ukraine obviously notorious for a scamming country, so I haven't personally been scammed, and the big reason behind that is because of you, Mariana. You pretty much taught me how not to get scammed in the first day that I was here, so because of that advice I haven't been scammed, which I'm pretty happy about. I won't get scammed now because I've spent enough time here that I understand what's going on. For example, a big one that I see and hear of people getting scammed of is just using an ATM that's on the street. You need to go inside the actual bank or inside the grocery store and use the ATMs because the ones outside often have skimmers on them, so you can get scammed that way. Another big scam that I hear of, especially for tourists, is that
for tourists who dating girls.
If girls are coming up to you, attractive girls are coming up to you to ask you out for dinner. Look, that doesn't happen anywhere in the world, and that shouldn't happen anywhere in the world. They're attractive girls. What are they doing? Like, they don't need that. There's obviously a hidden incentive there. It's really obvious to see. It just seems too good to be true, and it is, because they're going to take you to a restaurant or bar where they get a kickback. They're going to pretend they like you. They're just taking your money. That's what they're trying to do.
Just be careful.
Yeah. So, girls coming up to you is a bad idea. Being a man. Yeah.
Just run away. Next question. What was your money expectation when you just arrived first time to Ukraine?
Well, when I first arrived, I thought, like probably everyone else thinks, that I thought Ukraine was going to be so cheap and my money was going to go so far and I could live like a king on $5, but it's not true. You can find some great places to eat, like Pusata Hata, for like $10 for $5, $10 for two people even. Pusata Hata, baby.
One of the best borscht in Ukraine.
Yeah, it's probably the best borscht around. So if you're gonna meet a girl and take her out for dinner and go to nice places, nice bars, nice restaurants, it's not gonna be cheap. It's gonna cost you maybe not as much as like super nice places in Italy or France or somewhere like that, but
like, you have to spend money.
You still have to spend money. Like it's not gonna be cheap, and don't come with that expectation that you're gonna live like a king for $5.
Exactly. Explore local transport in Kyiv. So next question in Moscow. Do you think it was a problem for you that you didn't speak any Ukrainian or Russian when you just arrived?
Well, it's actually a really good reason to get Mariana to show me around the first few days. So, because Mariana obviously speaks great English, so she could show me all the good places, and I could ask her all the questions and she could talk to me in English, but do I think it's a problem? No. Everyone who is under the age of, say, under 35 has some English. Old people don't have much English though, so that was a problem. So anytime I was at a supermarket or somewhere where there's lots of old people, you can't ask them for help because they don't understand English at all. But young people will know something.
They know something, maybe they're a little bit shy in the beginning, that English is not great, but they definitely can tell you a couple of words, so don't worry at all. Okay, so the last but most interesting question. You have been traveling a lot. Why you choose living in Ukraine?
Okay, so there's three really big reasons why I chose to live in Ukraine. The first being that the business opportunities here are very interesting for me. I'm an investor, so I like being in a developing country that has a lot of opportunity. The second big reason is that I'm treated really well as a foreigner here. So some countries I've gone to in the past, and the locals don't really want the tourists there, but here you just welcome with open arms. Every time you go out to a bar, every time you go to a restaurant, you're always invited over for drinks of cha-cha or vodka or whatever it is, and it's just a good part of the world to be from the fun point of view. And the third big reason is the cost of living. So I can live a high quality life here in Kiev for a fraction of what it would cost in Australia.
Great. So always brings you to Ukraine. So tell me, why hiring a guide is a good idea?
Okay, so I think that it was really important for me to hire a guide because I was only going to be in Odesa for about 10 days, and I didn't want to waste a lot of time trying to find good restaurants, good cafes, the places that locals go out at night. Instead of spending a week trying to find all that stuff on my own, you were able to just tell me that on the first day that I was there, and had a great week because of that. The second reason is that you helped me realize where all the scams were going to be, being in a foreign country. You told me that straight away, so I picked up on what those were going to be, and so I never got scammed, which was fantastic.
I protect Andrew.
And third, I felt really comfortable asking you any questions that I felt like I wanted to, because I wasn't going to be shy, because I was paying you for your time, and because of that, you were willing to tell me everything you could and help me as much as you could. I could ask you as much as I liked, rather than me just trying to find someone at a bar or on the street or someone to help me. They don't really feel any obligation to actually help me genuinely. So I think paying was a really smart idea.
And in the end, the most important that you can meet your new friends, like we are with Andrew.